It has changed throughout history, because fathers have historically been depicted as distant and detached. They were the breadwinners, but not the caregivers. And we have lots of examples of that, like in Homer's the Odyssey, where the father Odysseus leaves his wife and son for no longer than 20 years to go to war, and nobody seems to lift the eyebrow because of that. That's just natural. Luckily, the perception of fathers, as I think we have seen here, has changed somewhat, but still it's, however, mainly the mother who is regarded as the primary caregiver. Fathers are still mostly portrayed as the helper, or even as the comic relief when it comes to childcare. Another example of this is the contemporary version of a father like Homer in the Simpsons family, who is a clumsy alcoholic father with next to none household responsibilities. Nevertheless, today we see that many real-life fathers want to be a big part of their children's lives. That's much more than just a sidekick. In the report, State of Nordic Fathers, 90% of the Nordic fathers say that fathers should be heavily involved in childcare. And 96% of fathers believe they are as competent at taking care of their children as mothers are. Almost 3/4 of both fathers and mothers agree that parental leave should be shared equally. This new role of fathers is a quite recent Nordic trend, and I believe it's important to continue to promote this role. And studies like the one that we are launching today have shown that leave for fathers is associated with a number of profoundly positive effects for fathers, mothers, families, and the society as a whole. And let me just give you some examples of that. For fathers, a longer period of leave means they get a chance to spend time with their children and also take part in the beginning of their lives. And in a longer perspective, fathers who take leave are more involved in childcare and also household responsibilities. For mothers, a longer period of father's leave means better job opportunities, higher salaries and pensions, and also a more involved spouse. For families, sharing childcare responsibilities equally brings both parents greater satisfaction in their relationships. And for children, it means that they get a valuable connection and access to both of their parents. And for the whole society, it can contribute to equality and also to prosperity. So the question is, if all these positive things are associated with leave for fathers, why then are Nordic fathers not taking more leave? And I will be the first to admit, especially sitting in front of representatives from Iceland, but also from other Nordic countries, that we have not come as far in Denmark as I would like to. Danish fathers still only take around 10% of the total available leave. And of course, we cannot be satisfied with that when we know all these positive effects that I just mentioned. So as a Danish minister, for a lot of things, but basically here for equal opportunities, it gives you a possibility also to put a little bit equal opportunity into the other ministerial resorts. I try to do that. But of course, I take upon me the task to promote more fathers to take parental leave in Denmark. But how then do we do that? How do we promote more fathers to take a bigger part in the parental leave? Studies indicate that the culture surrounding parental leave is very important. In many of the Nordic countries, fathers have the structural possibilities to take more leave than they actually do today. But many, both men and women, still think of parental leave as mom's leave. If we are to change that, we need both men and women, their workplaces, leaders, colleagues, and families to recognize that parental leave is an equal right for both parents. Fathers need to uphold their right and be open about the fact that they really want leave with their children. And mothers have to give room to the fathers to take their share of parental leave, and also acknowledge that fathers might do things differently from mothers, but just as good. Workplaces also have a big responsibility to support and encourage fathers to take leave. And the report shows that fathers who take no or short paternity leave think that their relationship with co-workers or managers would deteriorate if they took a longer leave. And they also think it would negatively impact their chances to advance. Therefore, it's crucial that leaders and colleagues show support for both mothers and fathers going on parental leave. And it's crucial that leaders and colleagues make the leave and the return to work as smooth as possible for fathers as well as mothers. Today I'm proud to be representing the Nordic Council of Ministers in launching this report together with good colleagues and the Secretary General. Nordic countries share together a strong commitment to gender equality, and the findings in this report empower and push us all to move forward. We must learn from each other and develop Nordic societies where men and women share the joy, the very big joy of childcare responsibilities. Thank you very much.